Okay guys, welcome to this PowerPoint presentation looking at two topics in today's video. So this first topic here looking at rounding to the nearest 10, and then the second topic is looking at negative numbers. Okay, so the first section here is a true or false, okay, from White Rose Maths. Okay, so this is aimed at predominantly for Key Stage 2 students, but it's also appropriate for Key Stage 3 students and even GCSE Foundation tier students, okay, and even appropriate revision for GCSE highest tier students, yeah, but it's predominantly, yeah, for primary level students, okay, yeah, and Key Stage 3 level students, okay. So it's a true and false, okay, round to the nearest 10, okay, and this is our statement or our claim, okay, and we have to prove whether it's true or false, okay. 49 is the greatest whole number that rounds to 50 when rounded to the nearest 10. Well, rounding 49 to the nearest 10, okay, so think of it like a little bar here. I've got 40 here and I've got 50. Now the rule is, okay, so 49 goes here, okay, so yeah, it's quite visibly obvious that 49 rounds to 50 to the nearest 10 because it's closer to 50 than it is to 40. But the rule is, if it's 5 or more, for the place value that I'm looking at, for the number that I'm looking at, we round up, and if it's less than 5, we round down. Now, actually, 49 does actually round to 50, but I've got some more numbers. I've got 51, I've got 52, I've got 53, and I've got 54. Okay, so if I round, okay, 54 to the nearest 10, okay, what do I get? Well, again, so think of it as like a little bar model. Okay, here this time I've got 50 and I've got 60. Okay, 54 is somewhere along the lines of here. So 54 is obviously closer to 50 than it is to 60. Okay, so 54 rounds, okay, to 50 to the nearest 10. Okay, because looking at your place value, so looking at the number next to the tens column, so that's my tens column and that's my units column. So looking at my units column, if the units, okay, column, if that's 5 or more, then I round up. Less than 5, I round down. And because that's number 4, that rounds down to 50, okay? If it was 55, then it is going to obviously be 60, okay? But the answer to this question here, so this is actually false, because the largest number that rounds to 50 to the nearest 10 is actually 54. Okay, so 54, okay, because, yeah, it's looking at the greatest whole number. Whole number means integer, okay? So 54 is actually the greatest whole number that rounds to 50 when rounded to the nearest 10, okay? So nearest 10, you are always looking at the units column. If it's 5 or more, I round up or I bump up. If it's less than 5, then I round down or bump down, okay? So this statement or this claim is false. This next one, true or false, looking at negative numbers, negatives, okay, the difference between 12 degrees and negative 4 degrees is 8 degrees. Okay, so the difference between 12 degrees and minus 4 degrees, okay, is 8 degrees. Okay, so is this true or false, this claim? Well, difference, okay, think of difference as the largest number, okay, or the biggest number, take away the smallest number, okay. The word difference here is always going to be a positive answer. So the word difference will always be, yeah, a positive whole number, or a decimal or a fraction, okay. So the word difference will never be negative in maths, okay. So it's 12 take away negative 4. 12 subtract negative 4. Okay, well, the two negatives, okay, change the sum to a plus. So it's 12 plus 12 plus 4, 12 add 4, which is 16. So the difference between 12 degrees and negative 4 degrees is actually 16 degrees Celsius, okay. Think of it like a thermometer, okay. I've got minus 4 here and I've got 12 here, okay. So minus 4 to 0, I've added 4, and then 0 to 12, I've added 12, okay. and 4 plus 12 is 16. Okay, so the difference in temperature, okay, between 12 degrees and minus 4 degrees, okay, Celsius, is actually 16 degrees Celsius and not 8 degrees Celsius, okay? So this statement or this claim is false, okay? And the reason why they got 8, I'm guessing, yeah, as like a common misconception, is because they did 12 take away 4 and not 12 take away -4, okay? The difference is always the biggest number or the largest number minus the smallest number. Yeah, okay, from there. So, yeah, it is always the largest number, take away the smallest number, or the biggest number, take away the smallest number. But you include the sign as part of the sum. It's 12 subtract -4, which is 16. Okay, so now looking at some more negative numbers, okay, worksheet from the White Rose Maths. This is question number 1. So complete the number line. Part A, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next one is minus 25. Okay, so it's going up here in 5's case, so 0 plus 5 is 5, so that'll be 10. 15, that'll be 20, and then 25. For that one, here I'm going to have negative 20. Remember, yeah, it's getting bigger, okay, going this way. Okay, negative 15, negative 10, negative 5, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, 30, yeah, and so on. Okay. Question number 2, Whitney and Ron are playing a game. Okay, so Ron, yeah, gets a -4 and Whitney gets a 2. So part A, Ron moves Ron moves forward 5 space. Okay, so forward, yeah, means this way. Okay, so what number is his counter on now? So 5 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ron's number is now the number 1. For part B, Whitney moves back 7 spaces. What number is her counter on now? So it goes back 7 spaces, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'd be -5. Okay, or -5. This is question number 3. Use the number line to find the difference between the numbers. Complete the sentences. So for part A, the difference between 3 and 5 is 2. Okay, if you're not sure. So work out the number of jumps. 1, 2. Okay, the difference between -3 and 5, so -3 and 5. So starting here, so counting the total number of jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's got 8 jumps. For part C, the difference between -1 and 1. So -1 and 1. So let's just change our color here. So -1 and 1. 1, 2. So the difference will be 2. Okay. The difference between -5 and 5, or -5 and 5. Again, start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's going to be 10 jumps. Okay, so the difference is going to be 10. Okay, so think of the word difference as the number of jumps that I'm doing. Question number 4. The temperature on Monday was 4 degrees Celsius. That night, the temperature fell by 7 degrees Celsius. What was temperature at night? So it'd be 4 take away 7. So 4 take away 7 is -3. Okay, but if you're not sure, you can use a number line here to obviously check your answers. If you look here, 4 take away 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it lands on -3. So the temperature on Monday night was -3 degrees Celsius, okay, or -3 degrees Celsius. For part B, on Tuesday, the temperature was 13 degrees Celsius. By how many degrees did the temperature rise from Monday midnight to Tuesday? So essentially, yeah,